Hello, I'm Steven Angulo, the Cine Guy. You may know me from the certain POV film critique podcast, The Rimworker vs. the Cine Guy. Now, if there's one thing I really enjoy about video games, it's gotta be the story. I just love diving into a powerful narrative that manages to pull you into the game and make it more than just a button smashing experience. Those are still fun, but come on, it gets repetitive at times. And the best games known for their compelling stories come from Telltale. The whole point-and-click adventures that determine your outcome of the story is just so entertaining. I often find myself anxious at the end wondering if I ever even made the right choices. But of course, no choice is the wrong one. Especially with this game. Well, depending on how you feel about the comic book character. Batman Telltale Season 1. The adventure game that takes the Dark Knight through something he's never done before. A violent and very, very mature game. Yeah, the Arkham games are violent and all that stuff, but this one is the first Batman game rated mature, and you can see why. Hardcore violence, bloody images, and adult thematic elements. This serves as a far more realistic tale for the Dark Knight that tosses aside comic book campiness for a much more darker grittiness feeling. The game follows a Year 2 version of Batman as Bruce Wayne is still starting out his duty as the Cape Crusader. Here we've got all of his companions, from Alfred to Lucius Fox to Jim Gordon, accompanying him in this adventure, where, as it turns out, the Waynes were not as innocent as you thought. Turns out they did have some mob ties with Carmine Falcone, so this does, bring a darker backstory on Bruce Wayne's family, because they were not just, rich people who became victims to a crime. Now, when it comes to choices, you determine which direction the game will go in relation to how the public will accept the Dark Knight. If you choose darker, more brutal decisions like impaling Falcone's leg on a pipe or being rude to everybody, seriously, Batman can be a total jerk. Who tells a grieving Gordon who just had his friend killed, "Hey, can we hurry up? We got more important things to do." Come on, Bats. The game will end with a mistrust on Batman, and most will see him as just a horrifying vigilante. But choosing more merciful decisions that impact your road to justice, and actually showing that Batman has a heart, everyone will accept him as a hero, especially Gordon. Now, story-wise, it explores a more original take on a Batman story through a well-known side character, Vicky Vale. Journalist and Bruce Wayne's side hustle, this one is not the version from the Tim Burton '89 movie, or any type of media, no. Her story is changed to a deranged serial killer with connections to Arkham Asylum. She creates this drug that brings out your inner demons and turns everyone into hateful monsters. And don't even get me started on her uprising. She's more of the anti-Bruce Wayne, where she's an orphan by her adopted parents. They pretty much tortured her. Her life was hell. Do you know how scary it was to find a hidden chamber with chalk drawings and chains inside the Vale house? This was Batman meets Seven way before the new movie came up with Robert Pattinson. And she's not the only villain, no. Catwoman, Penguin, and Two-Face make an appearance. Catwoman is more trying to accept her as more than just a criminal. She can prove to be a very useful ally and love interest to Bruce. But of course, that's up to you and your choices. Just don't tell her that you love her. It makes a very super awkward conversation when she leaves town. No, I learned it the hard way. Penguin, Oswald Cobblepot, or Oz, is actually skinny and a childhood friend to Bruce Wayne. I never thought him wearing a beaked gas mask would make him look much more menacing than the typical top hat and that really long cigarette thing. I don't know. It's the pipe that Cruella de Vil uses. I don't know what it's called. And Harvey Dent. He's running for mayor, but depending on your choices, he could be horribly burned by a spotlight and gone mad as Two-Face. Although, well, of course, depending on choices. He could get the disfigured half face, or he could not get it, but still be, a demented split personality. Now, everyone knows Batman as a detective, and you do plenty of that with crime scene reconstruction. Scanning areas and objects, you can connect them, and Batman tells the story of what happened here through projection. It's truly the game that lets you become the Dark Knight more than ever. And like most Telltale games, your decisions decide your relationship with the characters. Alfred, Catwoman, and Gordon are the main big ones. You can end up causing Alfred to lose an eye from a sonic blast, fall in love, or treat Selina like a criminal, and have Gordon trust you by his side, or see you as more as an obstacle. I do like at the end when, after you made your choices, it tells you the outcome of the story, like, you've made Gordon feeling hopeful, you made Alfred feeling sad, and all that stuff. Just don't you dare make Alfred feel sad, alright? Make him feel happy, like you accept him as your adopted parent. But yeah, it is a superb retelling of my favorite hero, and I truly believe this is the Batman game that allows you to appreciate the character even more. And don't get me started on the fact that you befriend the Joker while at Arkham. I mean, he just looks like a regular skinny guy who needs a tan, but he's such a mystery since his name is literally John Doe. This guy helps you escape Arkham, and oh my gosh. He honestly feels like a much more realistic version of Joker than Heath Ledger, or more next to Heath Ledger. He's not really a psychopath, but more of a lost soul, and it's likely up to us to figure him out. But that will all have to wait until Season 2, which is honestly worthy of a separate episode. Well, hope you enjoyed the shout out to a really great story game. I really enjoy the Telltale point and click with The Walking Dead. It's kind of one of my favorite games. I've yet to play the other ones. I do kind of want to check out Guardians of the Galaxy. That sounds like a good one. Now, I'm starting to wonder what would have happened if I went after Harvey first instead of Penguin. I hear you simply just talk to him at a park rather than find him at Wayne Lab. Sounds fun. Happy gaming!